my other channel, my latest one, so we're going to anodize this blue today. So I went ahead already and cleaned this up, and I used just simple green, wiped it all down, splashed it all off just to make sure it was clean. And this is just and that's just going to acid. Now all I'm going to do is hook up negative. And this is just another piece of aluminum. And I'll hook this up. I'll go ahead and turn this on, and I'll put it at 2 amps, and we'll let this run for an hour. And if everything is working correctly, you should be able to see bubbles coming out. Just like that.
What's up, Keith? I'm getting set up here to anodize some aluminum. First time doing it tonight, so it's an experiment more than anything. Hopefully it turns out well. I'm going to anodize a knife that I prepared. First message, yep. What's up, Yukon Bob? I'm getting everything ready here. I hope it all goes well. I think I got to anodize in 4-to-1 mixture of battery acid and distilled water. So I got to get a measuring cup. Turn on my electricity here. I'll put the camera on it when I'm ready. Oh. Winner's Wildcard Wednesday, that is. Wildcard Wednesday, huh?
That should be all right. And then we'll put it into the dye. The acid. And now all I need to do is hook up the negative wire I could use to hook it up. We're going to anodize this blue today. So I went ahead already and cleaned this up. And I used just simple green, wiped it all down, splashed it all off just to make sure it was clean. And this is just a piece of aluminum wire I could use to hook it up. And that's just going to sit right into the acid. And now all I need to do is hook up the negative. And this is just another piece of aluminum. And I'll hook this up to the positive. So I'll go ahead and turn this on, and I'll put it at 2 amps, and we'll let this run for an hour. And if everything is working correctly, you should be able to see bubbles coming up. Just like that, you can see the bubbles. Now I am doing this in my garage. I was just doing this in a well-ventilated area, so you're not breathing in any of these toxic gas that's coming out. So the dye I am using is this grit dye. It's just a clothing dye, cotton, nylon, whatever. That's just grit land.
Okay. What's up, Pat? What's up, Groundhog? All right. I've got some battery acid here. I haven't taken it out of the box yet. not squeeze bottle and
This is
cutting
so
to
we'll just monitor
read
this here.
instructions first.
So here we are. Let's change temperature.
All right.
As you can see, that's right around 143 degrees.
I got the knife scales here that I'm going to anodize
Just to kind of maintain it at that.
from a buck knife, American made buck knife.
50 minutes or so.
It's missing the wooden insert in the middle of it.
Get this hooked up. We'll get this mixed off into some distilled water,
So
and then we'll submerge it into the dye.
this goes into the acid. It's going to have to sit in there for about an hour or so. This ain't going to be a slow process or a fast process here. All right.
And I'll just spray some distilled water onto it just to try and rinse off some of the acid.
Gotta check. See how many amps I'm drawing here on this thing. I want to be around 2 amps of electricity. Oh, so my testers.
And we'll let this sit for about 10 minutes. Usually you can tell if this is working after about even just a few seconds. You should see that it's picking up the dye already. So I'll leave this in here for about 10 minutes or so before I put it into the boiling water. All right, so right here I got the water boiling, and this has been in here for about 12
Yep,
minutes.
that's what it is.
So I'm just going to submerge this now.
With acid and food dye, or clothing dye, I'm sorry.
And we'll leave that to sit in there for about 5-10 minutes or so. All right, so here is the final piece. As you can tell, the bottom didn't really get fully that could be for numerous reasons. It could have happened because it's
So,
so low.
test my amperage here.
Actually up higher, so it didn't get fully anodized, and the top might have been sticking out just a little bit because it
Oh,
was
yeah, it's on.
big enough. But there you go. There's a result that I got. Now adjusting some of the settings might make it a little bit better. And I did do this in my garage, so it is about 120 degrees in there. So you want the temperature of the acid to be around 65 to 70 degrees. So I did have to cool this off with ice, but I don't think I fully cooled it off enough. To get it to anodize perfectly, but it's okay. It also could have been affected because of the surface finish on it.
I forgot how to use this damn thing.
So there are numerous reasons why that could have happened. Now I went ahead and did a few other
Amperes A.
We'll see. Let's take a look at this one, which I think looks really cool. It looks like a marbled speckle, kind of. But also, this probably happened because it was cleaned. The temperature could have gone significantly on the second pass. So this is probably going at around 78 to 80 degrees. So that's not ideal, and you'll probably end up with something like that. But if you like that, which I actually really do, then hey, maybe you might want to do that and just raise the temperature a little bit. And I did one other one, and this one is slightly better, but it's lighter. So this side, because it was probably up against the wall, probably didn't get anodized as well either, as much as this side did. So you really want to have your part more or less right in the middle of the bucket, and probably if I use some air assist or something, bubbles to just kind of create it, just to agitate it a little bit more. So when it's acid etching, it doesn't just get on one side, it kind of gets the whole thing. So yeah, my dye might have gotten a little weaker, so which is also why it's not as dark. But let me know which one you think you like the best, and let me know in the comments down below. So I'm just going to go ahead and give a recap of the whole process all together, and I will show you exactly what you will need. All right, so this is everything you will be needing, and I just picked up these 3 pitchers at local grocery store, and they were like $1.25 a piece. And I picked up 3 of them. One that I'm just using for the dye, one I'm using for the acid, along with the distilled water, which I used about 3 parts distilled water, 1 part battery acid. just to make sure you have enough. Now you're also going to need a thermometer or something to make sure the temperature is controlled. You're going to need something to hang it on, along with some wire just to support it so it doesn't just fall in there and you never get it back out again.
Any electricians here?
Some piece of just scrap.
Anybody know about electricity?
As you can see, this didn't go all the way down.
For testing my amps, what do I set this on?
Piece that actually clamps to the bottom.
I got it on amp, but it ain't.
For the most part.
The top here, amp.
I just picked up some red royal blue that I picked up at, I think I bought this one at
What's up, Big Jim?
for just a few bucks, so it's not very expensive. And battery charger.
What's up, Chris?
Kind of power source, and I only have the option for 2 amps.
I just can't get a reading on amperage here.
Set mine at 2 amps and let it run for about 45 minutes. And depending on the piece that you're doing, if it's bigger and smaller, you'll probably have to adjust that a little bit. But since that's all I had, that's all I had. So I had to work with what I got. And you also want to just to make sure you're not getting
Oh my God. I don't want to have too many amps. I want about 2 amps on my device here.
about $25-$30 total. The battery charger I did already have, so take that into consideration. If you need to pick one up, you can probably pick one up for about $45-$50, depending on where you get it from. So that's about it. That's all you're going to need. Very simple. I suggest doing this outside in a well-ventilated area. And if you're anywhere like I live in Las Vegas, and we have a ridiculous heat wave going on right now, and 115 degrees outside, so that probably heated up my garage to more like 120, 130. So you might want to get just a bucket with ice to put underneath the acid just to keep it cool. Well, that's it for today, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did,
No, the battery's brand new.
down below. The bell, get notified all the
See that? It's on. This device is brand new. I've got it on 40A amperage. So this test is amperage, right? Because I am not getting a reading here on any amperage. See, it says A in the corner here. What's up, Terry? Is this machine that I got under an amp? I don't know. What's up, Zona? I'm just going to put that on that setting there. That'll be good. All right. Now, let me see if I can find my measuring cup.
tap water, mineral water, or just drink water. Mess up their parts pretty quickly. So one thing you need is
Now I can't find my damn lantern. What in the hell? Wow.
This particular model is supposed to be adjustable, push out 18 volts and 3 amps continuously. It doesn't, but it does do the job. You can usually find one of these on Amazon, close to $50. Some ingredient in this weird recipe is going to be bad acid. And I found this at AutoZone. That they do actually sell this stuff. So right now, I'm going to need to take this down a little bit further, so I'm going to mix this 32-ounce container into 96 ounces of distilled water, which is going to be a 3-to-1 ratio. That should get us to the right proportion that I need for doing the anodizing process. At least I hope it will.
Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. I'm telling you what. Well, I'm real organized tonight.
You always want to add your chemical, in this case the acid, to the water to avoid that. If that happens, you can fling the acid back in your face, which is really sucks. I'm also making sure to wear a face shield. Distilled water. So I'm going to use this little bucket as nice collegial. Next ingredient in this weird recipe is going to be batter acid. And I found this at my local AutoZone after having to convince the clerk that they do in fact actually sell this stuff. So right now this batter acid is at a 35% acid concentration, which is way too high for the LCD method that we're going to use. I'm going to need to take this down a little bit further, so I'm going to mix this 32-ounce container into 96 ounces of distilled water, which is going to be a 3-to-1 ratio. That should get us to the right proportion that I need for doing the anodizing process.
Do you have any damage from the storm yesterday? We had some damage. We had trees down and everything else here. That was last week. I had 2 big limbs down in my yard I had to cut up. I think that storm hit everybody. So 3-to-1 ratio. I got 35% acid here. So I'm going to use this for a measuring cup. So 3 of these, 3-to-1 ratio. It doesn't have to be a cup. So 3 parts of this, 1 part water, or 1 part acid, 3 parts water. And of course, they got a sealed lid on it. Better get some gloves on. I still haven't found my Coleman grill. Man, I tell you what, I need that for heating up my dye. But this has got to sit in the acid for an hour or so. I got other things to do. I started Big Jim's knife, and I'm going to show you that. I'll probably work on that a little bit. Okay. Come on. There we go. All right, here's 1 part acid. Now, 3 parts distilled water. I guess if I put the camera on here, you can see what I'm doing, right? Hold on, the acid on my finger. I want to touch my phone. Okay. Got the acid in. Now I gotta do 3 parts water. There's 1 part. This is distilled water. 1. You don't want to use chlorinated water. No, sir. Two. One more. Three. Okay. Here's the buck knife scale. If you recognize it, that buck. The insert's out of the middle. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hook up my positive there. And I'm going to see what happens here. Well, put a little more water in there. It ain't quite to the top. All right. Oh, I shouldn't be breathing this early either. Don't want to touch this. There we go, that's better. There we go. Boy, I'm using copper wire. I hope that's okay. It looks like the copper's bubbling. Oh, yeah. Put my damn mask on here, boy. Alright, it looks like it's in there. So, inside, 'Alright. Here's what I got going. Got about 10, 4.2 amperage. Two amps, 9.20. That's my baking soda water. That's going to deneutralize the acid after I pull it out. It came on about 10 minutes ago. All clean, folks. I spent all day yesterday because it rained to clean everything up. This whole table is clean now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, so what I got going is man, I got a light over there is what I got. Let me turn this phone around. Okay, that's not so bright. What's up, Big Jim? I said hi earlier. Uh, everybody that came in, I haven't said hi to you yet. And I could see my phone's gonna start being goofy again. So what I got going here is that buck knife. Here we go again. My phone's the rescue. Let me see if I can put the Wi-Fi on and make a difference. Okay, I got my wife. I got the Wi-Fi on now, so hopefully that cuts out the breaking up bullshit. So I can't really help it tonight if it keeps breaking up. So that buck knife I'm doing, you seen in the acid, it's gonna be in there for an hour, so we got 45 more minutes. Meantime, I gotta find my Coleman stove and get my dye going up to 140 degrees. It's gotta get dipped in that as soon as I neutralize the acid. I'll put it in the dye for about 10 minutes and it'll change the color. So what I did is I don't want a gloss finish, and I'm looking for more like of a sand. What I did is I sandblasted the aluminum to give it a real matted look, kind of like a it looks like a stonewash look. It's coarse. I didn't want the smooth look. So it's coarse with the sandblasting. And I left it there, cleaned it up really good. Now I got it going in this acid for an hour. And what that'll do is, if you don't have a shiny, semi-gloss surface when you start, if you have more of a sanded finish, if you sand something down, a lot of guys use Scotch-Brite, the green pad, scub it so it's not so glossy. But I wanted a sandblast look, so it's going to be a matte finish. So it'll be I don't know, what do you think? Blue or green? What color do you think I should do it in? If I do it in blue, ooh, that thing's giving off some carbon dioxide. If I do it in blue, some people say the blue don't turn out that good, really. But I like the blue, but I like the green too. So I got green or blue. So Jack says green. Anybody else say green? I think the green will look cooler. What's up, Vic? All right, green it is. Yeah, Matt. Oh, come on, man. Wow. Come on. What? I can tell my phone's a piece of crap and it's not going to do anything. I don't know what's wrong with my phone. I just can't keep it from pixelating. Is there anything special I can do? Well, I got to find an aluminum wire because my first problem, my copper wire, the acid ate right through it. Some guys use titanium. So, I'll be right back. I'm looking for my aluminum wire. And I found. I don't think this is aluminum. I think it's galvanized. Yeah. Yeah, it's galvanized. I think that's gonna work. What's wrong with using this lead wire, huh? I got lead in there as a capacitor. See how this works. $720p. Might be trying too hard to maintain a 1080p. What do? Go on my phone's menu and what the heck's that under? Alright, I gotta go back to the acid tank. What a puppy, man. What the fuck? Oh. Come on. $27 for 9, man. $25. Two. Man, that thing got up to like 25 amp. I'm like, what in the heck? So the copper wire is no good. Acid ate right through it like nobody's business. So I got some lead wire I'm using. Couldn't find no aluminum, so I'll have some tomorrow. Like I said, this is an experiment tonight. If this doesn't turn out well, I'm gonna get some easy off. They sell easy off in a spray can. You spray that on anything that's iodized, it'll take the color right off. I mean, it'll virtually rub right up. So I could start over again. But it's an experiment. My first time doing it, so only one way to learn it. That's to do it. It's at 1.8 amps, which is about what I want. You know, they said, one guy said, what did he say? Like 3 amps per square inch. No, per square foot. 3 amps per square foot. So in my case, I'm doing knife scale, so you can cut that down by 9. So roughly, I'm running 1.5 amps right now per square inch. What in the heck are we talking about? So like I said, it's just an experiment. So I'm gonna look for my Coleman stove. I don't know where the hell I put it. It's down here somewhere. I'm sure I'll find it. But I need to start heating that dye up.
Using the low current density approach for anodizing, which means that you typically want to apply what's known as the 720 anodizing rule. Basically, this is a formula that uses any known inputs such as the total surface area of the parts, current density, the desired anodizing layer thickness you want, or time to solve for parameters. It sounds complicated, but it's not. If you Google 720 rule calculator, you'll see a few. So here I'm just checking the temperature of the dye to make sure that it's not too hot. If it's too hot, it'll start sealing the part prematurely, and none of the dye will get absorbed into the part. So I usually shoot for about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Caswell usually recommends about 140 degrees, but I like to play it safe and just give it a longer soak. I found that usually works pretty well for me.
Okay. I gotta go look for my hold on a second. that motherfucker. What are you doing? Yeah. Outside, whole fucking time. I gotta go outside and look for it. I must. I used it the last time I made that knife. 2 weeks on Sunday, and I don't know if I set it outside or what. Might be underneath my car. What's up, Jerry, the Shelby knife guy? So, like I said, this is my first time anodizing aluminum with acid and electricity. Man, I just do not know where I put that. Let me see if I got a hot pan. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to heat it up the old-fashioned way with a propane torch and a coffee pot. So, Big Jim's still here? You still here, Big Jim? Is Barlow Jim still here? Big Jim, Barlow Jim, come in. All right. I need to wait. Hold on. Oh, there we go. There you go, buddy. Just to show you, you got your scales down here. There's one. There's two. Just put the like the Bears parking sign, do you? That's one of my loyal patrons here sent it to me. So here you go, buddy. I had a pin fell out, but there you go. Let's give you an idea what it's going to look like. Oh, really? Boom, boom. There's your spring. There we go. Oh. I'm ready to pin this thing together. Unfortunately, I can't pin it here. I gotta wait till the wife's awake, so I don't wake her up. I can't wait till my shop's in the other house. But, yeah. That's what she's gonna look like. Just to give you an idea here. It's ready to be pinned together. Of course, I just got the spring floating in there. Pretty cool looking. First thing I gotta do, I gotta mark black the two that I gotta paint. I gotta paint these in. The scales get painted in solid first. There and there. Then I paint the spring and the back spring. The back of the spring, the top of the spring. That dog will, huh? I'm about 1 hour in already on this anodizing, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and neutralize these, shut that power off, and I gotta heat up my dye. So, only problem is, I'm gonna get set up like a mother upper on this. I'm gonna buy the heating pots, everything. Yeah, this zebra wood looks pretty cool. It's what Jim sent me. It's what he got. The other side, you know, different look itself. But really, what two sides are alike on any knife, really? That's made from a natural material. Once she gets oiled, she really pop. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and heat up this along with my laser friend here. Right away. This piece of granite 65.7 degrees. Yeah, she look nice, Jim. So I gotta ring these holes all out. You know, give them a concave, slight concave. So when I peen them, I can sand them down flush, and it won't pull. The scales won't pull off. That's what all the German companies do. See here, here's a case, 1920 case. You can see it's peen, it's mushroomed over. But that one's mushroomed over, and so is that one. They're mushroomed over on case. You see a German knife, they're flat with the wood. Both sides. And how they do that is they make the whole cone shape. It gets fatter as it comes towards the top. So when you peen that brass, it creates basically a nail head inside of the wood. Then you can sand them flush, not have it mushroomed over. That's what I'm going to do to these. All right, we'll see you later, man. Or Jerry, whoever's going to bed. Jerry is. Okay. Have a good night, Jerry. Yeah, I do the same thing. On some of them, I got a drill bit that's got a concave end on it. After I peen them in, and then I spin it on the head and make it concave, convex. I mean, they're spun. But the Germans don't do that. They make them flush. No hot spots. I guess it doesn't matter on a jig bone, right? Because it's jigged. But I like flush flush all around scales when I do knives. That's how I made my pocket knife. A German made knife. 100% German handmade. I'm going to do a video on the difference between case and Boker knife. No, these are both Boker, I'm sorry. Yeah, so you see on the jig bone, they got them rounded over. Spun. And that's what I do, but on the wood, I like them flat. And that's what they are on that, see. But I'm going to do a video comparing case knives to German knives. Show everybody how the German knives are superior to the case American knives. You know, these are both of these. This is a 1970 Boker, and this is a 1990 Boker. Okay. You notice there's absolutely no gaps. And this is a polished metal. Hand forged metal. Both of these are hand forged. Not case. This is the 1920 case. This is from 1920. This is the newer ones from case. You kind of see kind of a little bit of a high spot there, a little bit of a gappage. You know, same here. Now, if you open a case knife and you look at the blade, look how much lower the blade goes from the spring compared to the Boker. Boker's right there. And the biggest factor, well, these case knives, both of these blades are hand stamped. I mean, they stamp these blades with a 50-ton press out of a piece of sheet metal. Versus these are all hand cut out. You know, and if you look at a case knife, the end tells the truth. You could tell where it's stamped out. Where these are just individually cut out. Is German steel good on a pocket knife? It's amongst the best, brother. There's 200 steps to making a German blade. They don't cut no corners. There's about 5 steps to making these blades. Okay. Yet, you can get the German knives cheaper. Well, not particularly this one. But in comparison, this one was more expensive than this one. And this one's way better. Way better. I guess you got to own a bunch of German knives to really understand. Yeah, Victorinox stamps out everything. You know, cost and efficient, you know what I mean? And to most companies nowadays, that's more important, especially when you're trying to compete with the Chinese. But you don't really have to compete with the Chinese because there's a market in every category. You know what I mean? You get an American-made knife, you're going to know it's handmade. Custom handmade knife. So I'm going to turn this electricity off. Get this acid out of here. I'll bring my phone with me. See what's going on here. I'm going to put my gloves back on first. Oh, okay. Okay, take the mask off. No more acid. Now I gotta heat up the dye. Damn fan off. Okay. Uh, what am I gonna heat that up in? I had an old coffee pot around here somewhere. I can't find it. There it is. It'd be perfect for heating that dye up in. The only thing is, it's got coffee in it. Oh, ugh. Little acetone. That'll clean it up. I don't think I'll be making coffee in this anymore. Might have to put that dye in it. Now, I can Go ahead and use my copper wire on this. I'll find something to put my pot on as I heat it. I just cannot find anything tonight. Green it is. With some root dye here. I'll pour it all in there. I'm going to add a little bit of distilled water to it. Once I heat this up, they only have to stay in it for like 10 minutes, so that's a nice thing. Okay. Yay. Ideal temperatures between 120 and 140. '86. Todd's going to bed now. '96. 99. I'll get to about 120, 125, and that'll be good. A lot of guys swear 140, but when you get up in higher heat, you start having problems. Oh yeah. He's taking on a dive, folks. Looking good. Let it sit there for about 10 minutes. I better plug my phone back in. Come on, where you at, plug? There we go. That 38%, not bad. Yeah, I cleaned my whole shop yesterday, man. Cleaned everything. I got my brother's opening a bar in town, so I got 7 bar stool covers he wants me to recover. And then I got this Harley seat I got at a garage sale for $10. I'm gonna do an awesome. I might do I don't know, since Indian bikes. This is something for like an Indian bike. So I think what I'm gonna do, solid leather, a hand carve an Indian chief head on here. Get rid of this crappy vinyl, and I'll go with the fringe too. But it'll be all tan leather with the chief head hand carved on the top of the seat. And for the back seat part of it, I might just do some type of Indian design, kind of make like a carving of like fake beadwork or something, quill work. It's gonna be cool, no less. I'll take it to a bike show and sell it. It'll be a $900 seat when I'm done. I did a good job on what? I didn't put that vinyl on that seat. That's how I bought it at a garage sale. I thought the guy was going to whack me for like 50, 60 bucks. I said, what do you think? He said, make me an offer. I said, $10. He said, yep. Look at that, folks. Yeah, the light's not the best, so I'll show it to you when it is. We'll give her about another 5 minutes. I'm going to get everything set up professionally, though, when I do this. I'm going to make myself a nice anodizing tank. I'm going to get the nice heating pots. And I'm going to get that anodizing dye instead of using the RIT. A lot of guys use RIT. Nothing wrong with it. Boy, a lot of guys that use the actual anodizing dyes that they make, this one company makes, they said it gets the spot on color every time. These have been neutralized with baking soda, bicarbonate. So, a few more minutes, I'll take them out, clean them up. It's getting late now, and I got to get up in the morning at 8 o'clock to work on that metal roof. We've had two days of rain straight, so I haven't worked on it in 2 days. So it's supposed to clear up tomorrow. So another half an hour here, I'm going to be done, and then I'll probably go live early tomorrow night and get this thing together in front of you. Raffle it off. Okay. It's how I wanted it. A matte finish. But I could see a couple spots where it didn't take. And it's probably from my wire. See how the other scale looks. I don't think that's going to matter. Yeah. This one turned out nicely. I'll show you in a second here. Okay, I'll get a good picture here. This here is where the glue was. That's where where this goes. See that? But it's a little darker here. And then, of course, you don't see none of this when the liners are on it. And I might have some more of this wood. I wrecked the other one. I'd like to put these back on. I think I have some more of this bloodwood, though. But this scale, other than being darker in the front here, it's an experiment, you know what I mean? You know? And it doesn't come off, so that's a good thing. But see what I mean? I sandblasted it so it's like a matte finish. Now, I could probably hit this with the wire brush and make it a stone wash finish. What do you think? See here? It didn't take right here. This doesn't matter because that's just the glue. That's where the insert goes. But, I mean, I can always do these over again tomorrow. So what I think I'll do then is hit them with the wire brush, give everything like a stone wash look. See what she looks like. Okay, here's the before. Here's the after. You like the stone wash look? I kind of dig it, man. Stone washed, anodized, stone washed look. No, what? What are you talking about, Louis? Like I said, I sandblasted this so I had a matte finish. I didn't want a glossy finish. That looks pretty sweet. They sell an Easy Off spray. You spray this with Easy Off and this anodized color will come right off. I like that, man. That looks cool. A matte finish, stone washed. That looks cool, man. I dig it. See here, it didn't take right there. Must have been where my copper wire was touching it. But overall, it's stone washed too now. I think it'll pass for a knife. Oh yeah, I'm happy with it. You guys dig it or what? I mean, you like the look of it? You guys like the look of this stone washed matte finish? You know what I mean? I think it looks cool. Here's the rest of the knife. Here's the liner that'll go on. You know? So you won't see that bottom side at all. Here's the liner lock. But I think it looks pretty sweet, to tell you the truth. Here's the blade. Just so you know, it's $2.95, $1.295. So you guys happy with the looks of this or what? I wish I didn't wreck the... Yeah, I think it looks sexy. It's definitely one of a kind. $1.295. There ain't no scratches on that blade. So I think I'll find some more rosewood and make another one of these for the other side. Or should I go with a different wood? I think the red and green looks good together, don't it? Looks like you missed a good one, Best Life. Well, you can always go back and watch it again. Watch how I anodized it with battery acid and electricity, aluminum, and RIT dye. So, I'd like to put this together for y'all tonight. But I have to go to bed here in about 20 minutes. I'm past my time now. But I don't want to be, I'll go half an hour longer. Yeah, I think I'm going to get some more I got a piece of bloodwood around here somewhere. That's what that is. Bloodwood. This is the clip. Pocket clip. So now I'm thinking about dipping this in acid and stonewashing it. I'll probably just leave it. I'll probably just leave it. Plastic washers. Here's the safety mechanism. This has got some parts now. Here's the trigger mechanism. And then the spacers. But here's what's crazy about this thing. This is going to be fun putting back together. It's got 2 springs, one on each side of the blade. That's crazy. Not just one, but 2. So there she is, folks. I think it looks pretty sweet with that stonewash look. One of y'all be happy to win this, huh? What am I missing here? Man, see, my messages don't keep scrolling along with this. Anybody that pays over $200 for an OTF is crazy. Wasting your money. I don't care who makes it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even see half of your comments. Most of your folders, well, this ain't broken, and it's in pieces for a reason. It won't be in pieces tomorrow. But I hear you. So yeah, I think this turned out perfect. I like that stonewash look, dyed, anodized. That looks sweet. I just wish this other scale didn't have the... I mean, the stonewashing kind of hides it, but you can still see it on the top there. It'll do. Not bad for the first time, huh, fellas? Man, the lighting's like over the top of the lighting here. Zero blade tolerance. OTF is literally 1/3 the price of the zero blade play models. Yeah, just get you a Cobra Tech or a Cobra Tech's all you need. $200, if that. I mean, what good is an OTF really? You can't stick it in somebody by pushing the button, literally. And if you're that fast to get something like that in somebody's body, I just think an OTF's worthless. It's for cutting stuff. That's about it. So, all right, folks, that's it on the anodizing. I think I did good tonight for a first attempt. Like I said, the only way to learn it is to do it, right? So, I'll move my camera around here. Sorry about that. Gotta be able to see what I'm doing here. Oh. Plug my phone in here. Yep. That's the Cobra Techs I got don't have trash blade tolerance. And if they did, I'd adjust it anyway. But, like I said, personally, I think OTFs are a waste of your money. If you're going to get a knife to fight with, I would not rely on a mechanical blade. To me personally, I own 2 OTFs. I got a Cobra Tech, and I like the Cobra Tech, and then I got some little cheap one. But I use it for cutting bananas or, And then, the prices that they're fetching on these things now, Microtech, they can keep them. I'd rather have a well-made German knife over any American mechanical knife. That's for damn sure. But I'm not really that much into modern knives anymore, other than fixed blades. Full ting's the only way. That's right. When it comes to fighting, full ting. But and I tell you, this is my carrier today. If I pull this out, that knife blade is not going to fail. In fact, it'll hold 800 plus pounds on it. And it'll do a lot more damage than an OTF skinny ass blade will. I guarantee you that. That's why I carry it. And less than a third of the price. By the way, that's the same wood I put on it. I just put on Jim's knife. Zebra wood. And, you already know what I got for fighting knives. I got to put these cherry wood scales on here. But this is my ultimate fighting knife that I designed. It's not quite a Yojimbo, but it's similar. But I got a little different shape going on the way I want it for fighting. And there ain't a blade out there better for fighting than a Warncliffe. I don't care what you say. Warncliffe is top dog when it comes to fighting. For slashing and gashing. It's going to cut more arteries than any clip style point. Yeah, like I said, what good it really is a out the front knife for? You know, it's kind of like what good really is a Italian stiletto? Flash? That's about it. And when it comes to fighting, I'd rather have my own knife because I designed it the way I know how to fight with a knife. And there's a lot of years of research going that blade shape and that style of fighting knife. You know, the Microtech knives, they're all fancy and shiny and nice and everything, but they're not practical. Yeah, that's about what they are, probably. They're cool. You know what I mean? It's cool to have an OTF. You know? It's cool to have a mechanical knife that just flips right open, just like a Italian stiletto. It was cool to have, you know, James Dean and the boys, you know, movie knife. It's cool to have them. I mean, if you want to collect them, guys collect them and get them. Nothing against it, but there's no real practicality in OTFs when it comes to self-defense and hard use. Like Paul says, fixed blade all the way. You know? I have this on my side, cross draw. I don't have to flick a button. Sure it is. You know, OTF's been around a long time and it's completely different. It's like in the same realm as like I said, the Italian stiletto and the Bali song. You know, to a certain degree of skill with any knife, one can be deadly and proficient with it, no matter what type of knife it is. But you talk to guerrilla warfare specialists, you know, recons, Navy SEALs, ask them what they carry. Ask them what their life depends on. Ain't none of them carry an OTF. None of them carry a stiletto. You know, it's just a collector's thing. Guys get into stilettos. Guys get into Bali song knives. Guys get into the OTFs. You know, they love to have them. They collect them. They're flashy. They love them. It's a whole different breed of person. I'm a whole different breed of knife guy. Just like Barlow Jim. He's a whole different breed of knife guy. Like I said, I'm slowly getting rid of my modern folders. I really care for them anymore. I'm trading them up for traditional German knives and, and fixed blade knives and, and stuff that I like to make. But I'm kind of getting away from, when I first started collecting pocket knives, I thought the modern folders were the shit. But now, I used to have a dozen Spydercos. I got one left. I got rid of them all. I got one cheap butterfly knife. That's all I need. It's a cheapie. Here's what I think a OTF's good for. I love fishing. It's good for cutting your fishing line. That's a small one, ain't it? Yeah, I mean, I got one cheap butterfly knife. That's all I need. If I was to fight with it, which is I'll never will, I still have it. I do like the end for pressure points and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But this is something I had when I was when I used to do tournaments with katas. I competed with these knives, won a couple tournaments doing them. And my life would never depend on this knife, ever. Yeah, you know what? I would too, just to say I made one. Who's this by? Jaguar. Ever hear of Jaguar? Stainless steel. Don't even say, it doesn't say China on it. I don't know where I got it. Hell, I probably had this back in the day. But back when I did these, I did tournaments with them. I used two of them. One in each hand. Going through the motions of the katas. Yeah, I mean, practically wise, this is probably one of the worst knives I own. It's good for cutting bananas and apples and oranges and, Oh. I gotta cut my banana. I'm done. Somebody wants to look good cutting their shit up, right? I'm not picky on volley song. I care less about them. But if you like them, then you have every right to be in, and you should be. Get the ones you like. There's a lot of great volley song companies out there, but you just got to be into them, and I am not. So that said, SC Knife Monkey's got one of my fighting knives. He knows how. He knows how it feels in his hands. He'd probably use it for outdoor survival a little more than anything. I couldn't see Justin fighting with a knife. Where's my drink? I know I brought a drink down here. Where did I set it? You know, there was a lot of SEAL Team 6 guys in Chesapeake Bay that they carried folding knives to fight with. You know what I mean? And they had a fixed blade on their side, but they said that they were more practical to them for, you know, getting out of tight situations, digging something up or cutting something out of the way. A lot of them, they got them right here, right on their chest. They reach for that knife, it's out as fast as they grab it. I'm never going to fight with a knife again, Paul, unless somebody pisses me off. Somebody threatens me with a knife, I will. Like I said, you know, I went to a place tonight where I needed this on me, and I had it. And my life depends on something. I want it to lock up solid, and if it's a folded knife, you know, it's less intimidating than carrying a fixed blade on your side, which I legally can here in Illinois. But this is a little less conspicuous, and it'll get the job done if need be. I'm going to make one like this, and I might even take this down a little more into a Warncliffe. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But it's a good sized drop point. That's what I like about it. You don't want to spar with me, Pollywog. Trust me. All my old habits will come back. Oh, you're talking about Justin? So what did everybody carry today? I carried this, and I carried my Remington bullet as usual. Went to see my nephew's first regional baseball game today. He had like a 2-hitter going. Kid's 16 years old. He pitches 94 miles an hour. And he had 2 hits, 2 RBIs. And they won their first game 9-0. And then I went to my Gerber knife I carried, Fat City set. FSDA, here you go with them initials again. I have no idea what they mean. What is an FSD and an ABW? Demco AD 20.5. That's a nice knife. I like the Demco stuff. If I was to buy another modern, I'd get a Demco. Yeah, knife nerd. Tell me one more time, Paul, so I remember. FSD and ABW. Give me the full names. What's the CN? Case knife? Brown knives, mini FSD. Okay. So when you say FSD, you're talking about brown knives. ABW is American Blade Works slip joint. Okay. So there's all kinds of knives with ABW that are slip joints, right? Which slip joint did you have? So an ABW, what? Stockman? And how do you like American Blade Works? I never really seen any of their stuff yet. Aren't they a couple of employees that used to work for like Bluegrass Cutlery or something like that? I think one of them guys started their own company. Oh. Okay, I see what you're talking about. I looked it up. It's like a titanium little slip joint. Got a worn clip on it. Yeah, it looks like a worn clip to me. Kind of like a Demko style or a Civivi style handle on it, but looks like it's titanium. Kind of reminds me of Gerber. Here's a Kershaw I got. Slip joint. This thing's got a half stop in it and everything. I love this little guy. I think this cost me like $40 or something like that. It's got a hell of a detent in it too. Can't remember the name of it. It's made from 8CR13 MOV. pretty cool looking. I like the style of it, the shape. Like the lanyard loop hole here. I made a lanyard for it. Yeah, this is ain't nothing wrong with a Gerber, man. I'm telling you. Never tried to flick this. Let me see here. Almost. I haven't used this thing much at all since I bought it like 6 years ago. Looks like it's got aluminum scales on it. I'm gonna have to dye it, huh? Anodize it. The other side is stainless steel, though, I think. Fat City's MIA. Where'd Fat City go? He's pooping. Put these away. Here's another slip joint I got. Sog. You ever see this one? It don't have a half stop, but it's got one hell of a detent, that's for sure. It takes a lot to fold it back. CTS B01 Sog Terminus. You can tell I haven't used this for anything. There's not a scratch on the blade. I take you guys with me when I poop. TMF, Paul. TMF. I think I'm going to carry this one tomorrow. Or today. My custom shop. 722 Spitfire. Carbon fiber. I like this guy. I used to carry a Spitfire all the time. Stick it right in my pocket. Carry it today when I wake up. So I'll have this together tomorrow. Get ready to send that back to Jim right away. Get it together, get it oiled up, shining. Good looking knife, man. Jim must have went to bed, huh? Or ran out of coffee, one of the two. Oh, I got I got this blade backwards. Yep. Side. Yeah, he'll dig it. I get it together tomorrow. I'll show you all before I send it to him. And then I'm sure he's going to do a video about it. I'll carry this tomorrow too. I think I carried that thing like once since I bought it. Yeah, I got my whole shop clean. Oh, nice. I took all the stamping tools out, and I probably got about 400 stamping tools. Cleaned everything. That way and this way. Nothing sitting where it shouldn't be anymore. That table, and look at it already. Clean the top. Nice stand. Yeah. Oh, there goes my phone again. There goes my phone again. I gotta find my drink, man. See, I left it upstairs. Nope, I set it down. When I took the dog out, I set it on the foyer. The live edge shelf. Just don't drink out of the blue cup. Oh, no, that's... What blue cup? You mean what I had the acid in? That was an old mudding bucket. Lightweight joint compound with the blue lid. No, I don't think I'll be drinking any battery acid. I never made that mistake ever. I think I was like 7 years old. I drank some gasoline. I thought it was tea. Sitting outside at my grandma's house. She used to make that tea outside on the porch. Well, Grandpa had a clear jar of gasoline out there. Left it sitting, and I grabbed it and drank it. They had to rush me to the hospital and pump my stomach out. I was like 7 years old. That would have been 1972, by the way. I got off to a bad start. I was actually pronounced dead when I was 4 months old. I had spinal meningitis. The doctor didn't give up on me, and he brought me back. Oh, yeah, I never touched gasoline again, that's for sure. Never drink it again. You imagine being a kid, but I took a big old chug of it. Just curious, what do you charge roundabout for new look on spring assist folder? I have Purple Heart wood for it. how much of the handle is going to be wood. Because really, Purple Heart wood it's unless you get it really stabilized, it's really brittle. It chips and cracks real easy. That's why Buck uses it just to inlay their handles with it. You'll never see for the most, you'll probably never see a custom knife done all in rosewood or bloodwood. And man, does that stuff stink when you grind it. Whew. Stinks is about as bad as a bone. Oh, you got Purple Heart wood, not rose bloodwood. Okay, Purple Heart. How much? How much handle? I mean, spring assist knife. What kind is it? Kershaw or what? You know, it depends on how big the knife is. 1 times 3 maybe. What do you mean? Where do you live at in Illinois? Why don't you email me a picture of it? Effingham, huh? One of my retired carpenter buddies used to be the mayor of Effingham. Did you know Danny Delaney? Do you know the Delaney's from Effingham? That's not too far from me. It's, it's probably about an hour, 10 minutes. Not even. I think I can get there in 45, 50 minutes. It's south of Dwight, I know that. Yeah, Danny Delaney, carpenter in my hall. He retired before I did by about 5 years. And he was the mayor of Effingham for quite some time. Where do you live at now, Paul? I got your address, but I can't remember. Where's it at about? You're 120 miles south of Effingham? Shipman. Yeah, you remember your name, your mayors though, don't you? Effingham's a small town. What is the population? About 4,000? Small farm town. They got the tracks go through there. You used to deliver the coal and the grain with the trains back in the day. $12,000. Wow. It's grown. I think I remember that town used to be a lot smaller than that. 4,000 or 5,000 at one time. What's the reason for the growth? Do they got prison work down there or something? Man, it's almost 3 o'clock. That means I'll have 5 hours of sleep. 5.5. Yeah. Hey, if I get 5 hours, I'm happy. I wanted to go to bed at midnight, but that never happened. You know, the older you get, the more rest you need. So, despite my busy day today, I was happy to get this done for almost done. And then I enjoyed learning how to do that anodizing. In the 80s was the 8K? Okay. Yeah, for some reason I was thinking it was smaller. I'm thinking of the town next to it, though. It starts with a B. I can't remember the name of it. What town is that? Not Effingham. It's the other one. What's the towns around it? I think I got one of my Remington knives in Effingham. Right off the highway. Antique store there just before the highway. Beecher City, super small town. Beecher, that's by the Illinois border. Indiana, Illinois. Yeah, that's right. All right, now it's coming back to me. I go through Beecher on my way to. I go to Lake Schaefer and Freeman. I go through Beecher and head over there, Indiana. Yeah, so that's north of me, not south. Northeast. What's that town the Balmoral racetrack's in? That old horse track. I think that's north of Beecher. That's I think that's I can't remember the name of that town, but I think that's where the Chicago Bears are building their stadium. I think they bought that Balmoral racetrack, didn't they? Email sent. What name am I looking for in email? I'll look real quick. Put you on hold. Boy, that's an old knife. That's an old knife. Carbondale? Carbondale south of me. I live, yeah, that knife's about 20 years old. That black composite plastic they made them that knife material about 20 years ago. If you take 45 south down to 17, like going towards the White, I live on Essex Road, which is right off of 17. I'm in Wilmington. So you the only two left in here? Fat City go to sleep? Or is he just taking everything in? Pollywog left. Ain't nobody talking but Paul and you. Louis, I think he fell asleep hours ago. I'm gonna smoke one more cigarette and I'm done. By another also. All right. Yep. Talk to him. See what he says about that stainless. Get that sent to me right away, man, so I can get your knife done. A lot of pop. That's good. I don't need no more pop for a little bit. I'm gonna make a couple cigarettes. That's it. Like all these guys want me to go live all the time. And then when I go live, they go to bed. They watch all the action and they don't sit around and bullshit with me. That's funny. Mm. $14 people. Yeah, I think they leave their computer on and fall asleep. I don't roll them, the machine does. Yeah, I don't buy store-bought cigarettes. They're a rip-off and they're poison. In Pakistan, watching what? What are you in the military or something? Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, right. One of them trolls. Oh, man. Yeah, I jump off too. I might be on again Friday night. I think the wife's gonna want me upstairs all night to tomorrow night. So I'll go live Friday night, put that knife back together and give it to somebody. But I've been working on knives probably a good 10 years. I've customized a lot of my knives and I make a lot of knives and redesign knives and anything knives. All right, Paul. Thanks for stopping in, bud. We'll see you Friday night. Yeah, that's what I do. Bladesmithing, modding, bladesmithing, modding. I just like making knives in general. I make my own pocket knives and my own fixed blades, and I'll show them off Friday night for you. Come back. That's my page. Like it and subscribe to it. Kodiak Edge Bladesmithing. You got any friends that get into knives? Let them know about my page. Every Sunday I have a Sunday fun day where I give something away. I make it and give it away every Sunday. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I gotta go to bed. Well, that's cool. Yep. Like I said, every Sunday I have a fun day giveaway. Sunday fun day. Sometimes I start at 8, sometimes 9. Very seldom do I start at 10. But I'll have it posted. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it, man. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks again, man. Till next time, man. Friday night. Peace.